Hello, absolutely nobody. It's Farrell up here. Welcome to Season 3, 7 Days to Die on the PlayStation 4. Okay, so before I get started, I'm just going to talk while I'm collecting. I'm going to apologise to everybody who normally watches my channel. Sorry for not uploading recently. It's been a little bit of a difficult time. We've had some family issues and a family bereavement as well, and it's just not given me the amount of time that I need to sit down on a night and film and edit a video. This particular video is going to go out probably tomorrow, and then you won't get another video from me for about 3 days, but then after that, 6 fellas, nice. After that, that should be me back on schedule. Fingers crossed. So again, sorry for not uploading as normally as possible, as regularly as I normally do. Oh, I've not done this in so long, but I should be back on schedule now. So thank you very much for your patience, and also thank you very much to all my new subscribers who seem to have come in droves from what I gather is a Facebook group. So thank you very much to all you guys as well for coming to join the fun. So anyway, yes. Season 3, Day 1. We're just going to crack on with the standard stuff. I've actually forgotten the buttons, to be honest. Okay, so we're just going to do the first task of crafting a stone axe. It's going to be our first. Get rid of all that off my taskbar. Keep that. Touch that. Put that on my taskbar. Okay, yeah. So I suppose first of all what we're going to do is we're going to gather resources like we always do on the first day. And I actually haven't really even looked up from the ground yet, so I think I'll probably have to do that. I could have done with feathers rather than eggs there. So while I'm crafting the plant fibre clothes that we're going to do now, which is part of the tasks at the top right, sorry, we're just going to have a quick look around just to see where we're going to set up base. Okay, so clothes. We'll just, as I say, standard stuff. We're just going to get through the first day doing the doing all the tasks that it asks you to do. So, which is going to be craft an axe. We've done that. Craft some clothes. We're doing that. Wear the clothes. Craft a club. Crafts a few other things. Blah blah blah, and then ultimately you'll get to the campfire, which will be the last one, and then that'll be us finished. And by that time, I'm hoping we're going to have found a decent place to camp up for a couple of nights. Now, I suppose my plan for this playthrough is just going to be, the standard playthrough, but I'm going to try and not use a prefab base as my base. So, even if I do find a military camp, which I do really like using, I'm going to build my own base from scratch. But we will find that if I do find a there's a rock. If I do find a forge house at some point, that's probably going to be our base for the first wee while anyway. Right, so I've got half an axe left, so I'm going to run across here and start taking down this stone. We're not really in too much of a rush because it's, night 1. We can see a little bit of water over there, some water there, but as of yet no massive lakes like my last playthrough. So I'm just going to spend a bit of time hammering on this stone here. It's one of the frustrating things about the very start of the game is the fact that your tools are rubbish. Now, for those who watched my last series, you'll have seen that towards the end, I could take these rocks down with 3 hits. It's not happening this time. And bear in mind, we've got each hit, each 400, you've got another section. So there's 3 sections of 400. Just taking a drink there. And there it goes. So we're going to have to craft another axe. What we'll do is we'll just craft a couple of these, because we're going to be going through them. And I suppose the aim is that what we're going to do is we're going to gather enough resource, and again this is what I do every single time I play this game. Maybe the first 5 days are always standard. What we basically do is we run through the tasks at the top right. We gather as much resources as we can: stone, wood and fibre, and then what we do is we basically just craft up a whole load of weapons and tools at night time, hiding somewhere until, you know, the tools are mid 300s, level 300 that is, and then once we've done that we kind of stop and then we start concentrating on other things. But that should give us I mean, that's given us a lot of work for not a lot of reward there, but yeah, we're okay. So I'm going to go up to the top of this. In fact, what I'll do is I'll take this cactus down for the time being, because that'll give us a yucca fruit as well, which is always nice for it'll give us fibre and a yucca fruit, and the yucca fruit can be used, you know, just to replenish our stamina or health. Okay, so we've got what looks like a crossroads across there. We've got a deer there. Crossroads across there. Bit of a lake. Another lake over there. Now that looks like derelict zone, so we don't particularly want to go over there just yet, because that's, you know, it's pretty useless to us. There's the green area, which might be right. I think what I'll do is I'll make a trip over to this brow of the hill here, and we'll see what's there over the hill to see if... Now that was a pig getting trapped on something. It's worthwhile listening out for that, because if we can find, if that pig died and we can find that pig, then that's going to be some free meat. And it'll be the pig getting stuck on cactus. Oh, it could literally be anywhere. So okay, what we'll do, continue on. I'm gonna hit that tree a little bit, take that tree down for the supply of wood that it's going to give us, and afterwards we'll go over to the brow of the hill. But what I'll do is I'll quickly check the map as well. It's not going to tell us much apart from the fact that the hub city is south west of us, so we're not going down there for the time being, because the hub city's what, down here, up here, around here. Where, come on, it's been a while since I played it, sorry guys. Yeah, so the hub city's here, so, you know, we're going to go off a little bit from that, because we don't want to go there just at the start, because you'll find that we'll die lots. I had thought about making this a kind of more of a role-playing game. So, one character, one life. I had a discussion with one of the guys who comments on the videos, Harold. You know, he doesn't seem to think it's a good idea, but we could possibly try it. So, you know, leave in the comments if you think it's... There goes the axe. I did create another one, didn't I? You can see how quickly you go through these axes for the start anyway. So there you go. Yeah, so do leave in the comments if you think it's a good idea to do a one game, one life, or one character, one life, and then, you know, if we die, then we just have to start again. Let me know. It will mean I'll be a little bit more careful than the average playthrough. But I suppose, you know, if you want to make it a role-playing game and make it as real life as possible, that's what you do, isn't it? I'll just take everything. Right, okay, so I'll continue on with the tasks in the top right. So they're asking us to put these clothes on. I think quite soon we'll be taking them off because we'll probably overheat. But at least now it'll give us the next task, and I think it'll be to create a club. So we've got enough wood. So let's go into weapons. Wooden club. Craft that bad boy. It doesn't take too long. We'll inventory bar that as well. I mean, a level 1 club's not, you know, it's hardly worth using. But it will do more damage than the, I think it'll do more melee damage than the actual axe we're holding. And it's, you know, it's relatively easy to get these things leveled up quite high. Well, not quite high, but relatively high compared to what you do at the start. Okay, yeah. So we're looking okay for time. So it's asking us to create some bows and arrows now. A bow and arrow, sorry. So, and again, I know you guys play this just as much as I do, but for the odd person who doesn't, there's a pig. Just you can see him moving. I'm not going to bother hunting him. I don't need to right now. But yeah, sorry. So for those who don't play it and are just watching, or have just come across the game because, you know, it's getting quite popular, when you're creating a bow and arrow for this task, I suggest creating the arrows first, because if you create 6 arrows and then a bow, what you'll have is your bow will then be level 7. But if you create a bow and then 6 arrows, your bow will be level 1, and then you'll just create 6 arrows. So if you create the create your arrows and then stack a bow, and then you'll find that when this will come in, I think it'll come in at level 6. It should do anyway. And then the bow comes in, and the bow's level 8. Okay, so it's a little bit higher than I thought, but you kind of get the gist. So, you know, once you've crafted 250 arrows, say if you find a load of feathers, you've got a load of rocks and wood, you've created a load of arrows, you've got 250, it's always worth just crafting another bow, because that'll increase the level of the weapon you're holding as well. In theory, it works anyway. Right, so let's head up to the top of this. Keep an eye out for nests as well, because we always need feathers, especially this early in the game as well. See, there you go. There's a pig. That pig has obviously just walked into the cactus and hurt itself. I did see a nest across. I think I saw a nest across here. Yeah, there you go. 11 feathers, which is awesome. If I do come across a zombie at the start, I'm going to try and avoid them as much as possible. I don't really want to get into an overdrawn fight. But what we were doing here, we were looking at the view, weren't we? Just to see what was going on. Right, okay. So let's climb on top of this rock if we can, and it'll give us a nice... if I can get up. There should be a way up. Come on. Come on. Let's do some Bethesda hopping. There you go. Right, so they've got that cross junction down the edge. This seems to be quite a significant lake, but not, you know, it doesn't cut off the map. You can actually see water, more water down the edge there, and a little bit. I don't know if that's there. I think, yeah. You can see the water there as well. So it looks like this. It looks like this map's got a fair bit of water on as well. And there is our first zombie. So as I say, we're not gonna attack him. We're just gonna try and find a place to stay for the night, because we're getting on. Ideally, you know, we want a lot more stone than that. So we're gonna have to go and hack on some stone to get some more resources. We're okay for wood and we're okay for fibre. So we could probably just do that here. Do you know what I mean? It's not. You see, there you go. That's broken now. Later on in the game, you'll find that we're not doing this so much, but it's just because it's the first day and we need to, you know, gather the resources in. So you can see in the top right, you'll see the next task is to start a base, and it's asking us to build 3 wood frames, which we'll do now, and then place them and then upgrade them. I think it'll be basics, won't it? Oh, come on. 3 wood frames. 1, 2, 3. You can stack them, but I'll just make them like that for simpleness at the moment. So I think what we'll do, you can see the zombies are starting to spawn in now. I think the game gives you a little bit of leeway, so you don't get swarmed straight away. But I think what we'll do is we'll head down. There's a path here. Generally the paths lead somewhere, so we haven't actually seen any buildings yet. So we'll head down to the water's edge to see if we can find any more, I suppose, a location to stay for tonight, because we are going to need to kind of start thinking about camping up soon. And then when we find that location, what we'll do is we'll fortify it with the frames we've just built, and then, you know, that can kind of start as our base. And what we'll do is we'll lay the 3 blocks down, and we'll put a bed roll on top of it, and that's kind of how I generally start my playthrough. So we're just going to swerve past there. Okay, so there's a house. There's our first house there. But we'll swerve past this zombie. I mean, if he sees us, it's not the worst thing. We can probably get away. It's a big rock. But just got to be careful. We don't really want to get into a big battle right now. But what I will do though is I'll just create a few more arrows while we're doing this, just in case I do need to sort them out. And these areas here are often quite nice to find see if you find a nice blank area like this, it's quite nice to find birds' nests. We can't find one at the moment, but you know, something to look out for. So here's our first house. It's not ideal. We're really looking for a forge house for our first building. I think he might have sensed us. There was a duffel bag down there. This is going against all my rules, taking him out with this crappy club. Oh dear. The thing is, if I miss, he's gonna get me. Hey, so there you go. There you go, guys. Our first zombie takedown. Oh, I thought that was a bag. It's a stone. Well, that seems like a bit of a waste. But what you'll find is when you come up to points of interest like this, zombies will start spawning in. It's a little bit too early on for me to see what I'm saying about nests. So you find a nice area like this, you can actually come across quite a nice amount of nests. Don't know how close they were. It goes against all my principles to take zombies down this early. She's gone now. Oh, come on, that was a brilliant shot. Get wrecked, zombie. Oh, he's got a nice little BDU top as well. And okay, antibiotics. So that was properly worth it, to be honest. So here comes a big fat man. I don't like getting close to these guys. Do you swing? Get wrecked. I tell you what, I've never really used clubs before. Get down. And this is a level 1 club. Oh, what a find. Pistol, a load of water, and a 1 bullet. Okay, so we're getting there. Did I rob all these nests? I can't remember. Yeah, okay. So what we're looking at here, we've got 66. So I'll craft those arrows. Then what we'll do is I will craft another bow. Because, you know, the bow that we craft will be a lot better than level 8. So we'll get rid of that. And we'll continue on with our little trek. Little bird's nest. Eggs. And again, I'm collecting everything I can for the time being. Just, you know, emptying everything out. Because what will happen is it will increase my scavenging skill. Excuse me while I take a drink. I'm not actually used to speaking this much. Yeah, so the more boxes, bags, doors for kitchen cabinets and all the rest of it that you open, the faster your scavenging skill will increase, and then the faster your scavenging skill will increase, if I can say that, the quicker and better the loot will be when you open up boxes. So obviously the higher your level, the higher item you get from scavenging. So you want to just be kind of opening up everything and taking everything for the first 5 days anyway. So I'm just going to follow. Oh, tell you what, that was a little bit of luck. She turned around for a thump and I managed to swing. Stinky sandwiches and some corn or something like that. Any more nests for there? Some corn there. I'm not gonna take that. I don't necessarily need it. It does stack. What we're trying to find though is it's come up to 4 o'clock at night now. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So really, we want to be finding another building, and we don't want to be going into that derelict zone either, which is not ideal. I'm gonna search this car. Takes a little bit longer than the average to search a car. Got some painkillers. I don't necessarily use them, but again, it's good to have. I'll take down these breeze blocks as well, just so we can get the stone from them. Okay, so it looks like yeah, we're going to start getting swarmed if we keep just wandering around aimlessly. So this isn't a forge house either. It's kind of like a forge house with the design. Is it? It's not, is it? No, the forge houses don't have the spikes on the outside. So I'll bypass that for the time being. We know it's here. I'll pick up that rock. We know it's here, so we can come back. But generally, you know, you walk down these paths and you do find houses and stuff along these paths. So we can just keep going. Nests, picking up feathers, picking up rocks, searching the garbage and all the rest of it. There's a potato. I'll have to plant that at some point. Where's the path gone? So you can see we're coming up to derelict area now. It's not ideal for us to be here right now. So I just have to start kind of thinking about the way that I'm going to start moving my character. Just take down this, because I think this gives us a nice bonus of 8, 6 or 8 at the end, and that's like that axe done. So we'll create another couple of axes, just so we've always got a couple on the go. Okay, so the derelict zone does end there. There's another path here. Oh, is that no? No, I thought that was a path. Okay, more feathers. Right, so it's 5 o'clock. So the zombies will start to run at 10 o'clock tonight. So we've still got another 5 hours, which is probably 5 minutes in game, to find somewhere and fortify it up. Now we obviously have to be aware that when we find a building, we'll have to clear it out first. So we don't really want to be, you know, clearing a building out at 5 minutes to 9 and only have like 30 seconds we're in there. So I think probably the next solid building we'll find. I mean, there's a campsite up here. Not going to be any good for us. I'll just take all that anyway. A little tasks appeared down the bottom. Item assembly or something. Right, let's go and have. Got to be wary of my stamina as well, because I seem to be running out of stamina quite quickly. Alright. Yeah, there's going to be zombies here. But generally there's a cooking pot here. There is. So I'll take that cooking pot. We still haven't been spotted. I'll search this stump quickly, and then we'll go. We don't want to spend too much time there. There should be some kind of rucksacks and stuff we could raid, but we can't stay there at night. It's, you know, the cloth of the tents offer no protection, so there's no point in staying there right now. We can go back and raid that at some point. So I'm just hoping. There's another pig. At least there's lots of animals around here. Brass. Oh, I missed him. I'm not actually gonna waste my time chasing them down either. Have we just come around in a big circle? Yeah. That's where we started. Right, so let's just keep following this path. Picking up all the little stones we can find and whatnot. Back here, more feathers. Hopefully, take the feathers. Oh, I mean, there's our. You know, you can see already that our bow is now level 79. So you know it's coming up quite nicely, just from creating a few arrows here and there. But okay, so I think 6 o'clock at night, we're getting to the kind of point where we start having to think about making our own base if we haven't found somewhere. But we'll just keep heading down here anyway. I'm getting the feeling we're going in a big, nice, fat circle back to the start. Yeah, this looks quite... Right, so we've got a choice now. We've got a Y junction of down that way or down this way. I think I'll take the left. And predominantly, you guys will have known that every time I decide to go, you know, a direction playing this game, it's always the wrong direction, and you know, it always leads to absolute nothing, which it just has. Because that's just left us right into the water. Right. Okay. So we'll head along the shore anyway. I thought that was a zombie. That zombie is following me. But we know we're not doing too badly. Sorry for feathers either. So you know, our little kind of detour. There's some wood here. Okay, I'll just hack on this for a while. He's getting close. I just want to get this down and then I can go. He's making an awful noise for nothing, isn't he? Right, okay, so literally the next building we find we're going to have to stay in. I don't think I've got that many resources. Well, 65 stone is nothing. I've been quite unlucky so far, I suppose, with the buildings that we've found. I remember in the last playthrough, I think I stumbled across a forge building within about 3 hours in game, which then really kind of expedited the weapons and tool sets that I could use, because I could quickly forge iron stuff. All right, so here we go. I think the sound keeps coming and going, doesn't it? Like the ambient noise. Right, that's not the best place to stay, but it is 7 o'clock at night. It is a wooden shed. Oh man, let's not go for that. Let's go through the wooden wall. I think there might be zombies in here as well. Oh, pay attention. That is what happens when you don't play the game and you don't pay attention. Oh, that's cheating. If his head's in the ground and I can't hit it with my club. Yeah, get wrecked, son. The thing is, I was out of stamina there as well, so I wasn't really doing hardly any damage at all. Oh, I can't pick that up. It was a treasure map. Treasure maps are generally a waste of time anyway. Come on, spawn me something in. I want to get in a house. No. No. Okay, no, that's absolutely fine. We can stay here tonight. I mean, there's plenty of rocks as well, so we can go and bang on them to get some stone. So what we'll do is we'll just open up this. There's a zombie kicking around here somewhere as well. And it looks like this building is just made of the wood plates as well, so it's quite easy to get in. Right, there he is. He's around the side. I'll go and take this guy out from a distance, just to shut him up, because we don't want him making too much noise. Get another good shot on him. When he's down, hit him in the head. I think as well, if I was to create... can I pick all that stuff up? What don't I need here? I don't really need clay at the moment, do I? I don't really need those sycamore things either. Right, okay, so... not ideal, but it'll be absolutely fine. So what we can do is we can... scrap that. Can I scrap them? I mean, they're pointless for the game at the moment anyway. So what we can do is we can use the wood frames here. In fact, I'm going to create a door to put in that gap we just made, just a secure wood door. That'll come in at some point if I move that there like that. We can put the door here. I mean, it's not going to look that great, but it's a door in and out of our new home, just for the time being. And again, this isn't going to be the most secure place in the world, but it'll be okay. And then what I'll do is I'll just clear a quick little space here. Oh, let's not hit metal with our fists. Take down. Just make a little bit of space. It's always nice to get cloth and wood. And then I'll stick down the frames, and this will be us completing the task as well, which is ideal really. 1, 2, 3, and then we can upgrade them like it's asking us to do. And then there you go. That's us pretty much finished that challenge. I can start clearing out this place as well, so it's a little bit. Now it's 10 to 9. It's asking me to make a bedroll, so I can do that before I go out, but there is another zombie out here, and we're going to be making tools all night, so we don't I don't know how noisy that's going to be, so we don't particularly want a zombie just chilling out on our doorstep threatening us, especially if we want to come out at night and do a little bit more banging on some rocks and stuff. In fact, I'm gonna... where's the nearest rock? I think think I'll do this little small one here. I'll take this little small rock down, and then I'll do this until half past, and then we can leg it back into the building, put the bedroll down, put the campfire down, and then that'll be us for the episode, I think. And then what I'll do during the night is I'll just craft a whole load of weapons and tools, and then you guys will be able to. I'll bring you guys back in the morning for the start of day 2, and we'll continue on with our adventure. And hopefully you'll see a major difference from the tool set that I've got in my inventory. I think as well I'll build a chest of some type, just so sorry, I thought I had a zombie there. Just so that I can empty out my inventory of the stuff I don't need. Okay. I see some water. I've got a jar here, so let's just quickly leg it down here, because we can fill that jar up. And now since we've got the cooking pot that we stole from the the campsite, we'll be able to use it to boil that water and make fresh water. So you know, it's all good stuff. Just take that down. We've only got less than probably about 40 seconds to get back to our house, which I've lost. Go on, run. I'm going to run out of stamina. So here it is. So we ideally want to be inside with that door shut, because there's that zombie right there. Let's close that over. Crouch down. We're undetected. And it's our first night. Okay. So I think we'll be quite safe here. I don't think, unless we do something stupid and make an awful lot of noise, I don't think we'll be bothered that much. But what I'll do is I will... well done. Come on, you can see that I want to put it there. I'll put that there. It'll ask us to... so when we die, this is where we'll... If we die, this is where we'll respawn as well. And the last task should be to make a campfire, which we will do now. Make that campfire. Put that in there. And then what I'll do is I'll just create a quick secure chest. And I'll basically... There you go. So I've got a skill point for doing all those tasks. But where's my secure chest gone? That's there. I'll put that there. And then what we'll basically do is we'll just dump everything we don't really need for the time being in there. I could probably wear that. Oh, I thought that was a BDU top as a puffer top. Never mind. I don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. I'll keep that because that's good resource. I'm going to put the gun in there for the time being because I don't necessarily need it, because it's not, you know, one bullet's not really going to help us. Duct tape can go in there, brass can go in there. And then what we can do is we can put the pot in the fire, and then we can take some wood. No, some wood. Maybe I'll just put like an hour's worth of wood in there. Then we can boil up the water here, which starts us with the fresh water. And then what we can do as well is I will infantry part that, and I'll just stick it up. There's another pig getting done over. I'll stick that up there, and we've got some kind of ambient light going on. Okay guys, well, a bit of a long first episode, but again, thank you very much if you stuck around, and I'm hoping my upload schedule will be back to normal in a couple of days. Some shades, I'll take them. Oh, I might be sensed. Let's just crouch for a while. That's one thing that I should have remembered. If you all click items out of the box that makes noises, which will then make zombies sense near you, if you single click them, then you don't make as much noise. So I'm hoping he goes away, because I don't particularly want to have to fight him. At least he's only one, and you can kind of see him there. So if I back off a little bit, stay still for a while, he'll go away. But anyway, that's where I'm going to end it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the rest of the night just basically building stone axes. Going to build as many as I possibly can. Maybe not as many, but I'll build, well, 63 of them. I'll start the process now. So you can see we're level 10 here. when we finish, I'll bring you back tomorrow and we'll have a look, see what level I got to. But for the time being, as always, thank you very much for watching, and again I apologise for the delay in starting Season 3. I hope you're going to stick around and enjoy it with me, and I will speak to you all very soon. Okay, take care. Bye now.